Okay, crossing some logs the other day in the yard. I think this is what's giving me a flat here. It looks like there's a stick that went right in. And saw some guys, we were riding in Moab one afternoon and came across some guys that had their bike on the side, had the tube out without taking the wheel off. I'd never done that before, so I'm going to try it here. And I'm going to try it just with my tools that I carry with me on the trail and see how it works out, even though I've got the changing stand and the big tire irons. I'm going to try it with all the little stuff here. Just look what I got in my pack, so let's see what happens here. Got a patch kit. I learned a long time ago if I use the cement to buy a new one and put it in here, because it does dry up once you open it, and then you're screwed if you need it. Let's see, I think this is the air tools. Yeah, my air check must be in a different spot. And then should have some wrenches, a couple tire irons. There's a 12 on that side. I changed these to 12s even though the factory ones were 13s, hoping to get rid of all my, that's 12. Get rid of the 13s and not have to carry a 13, but I'm still carrying it. All right. Keep a valve stem remover as a cap. Break the bead all the way around, even by the rim lock if we can. There we go. Okay, break the bead on the back side. Make sure it's loose. Yep. We'll start here. Squeeze the bead in, make sure it's all squeezed in over here. That one deceived me. There it is right there. There it is. So it's right by the valve stem, where the valve stem went in. It's a big thorn. Okay, so there's the thorn right there. And there it is sticking through right there. Not that big of a thing, but big enough to cause a flat. Okay, now we're going to run the rest of the tire. Just make sure there's nothing else. Nope. Okay, now that puncture was just up from the valve stem. Okay, so we run the tire. Made sure there were no other sharp things poking through the rest of the tire, just to minimize the risk of a flat. And got these threaded kind. Been buying them at the bike shop for kind of expensive, $2 or $3 a thing. Found them online for I think $1. They're 16 gram. I think they're food grade CO2. Box of 25 was $25. Kind of nice. Okay. This one you put on like that, and then you have to push this onto this, compress the spring, and that's what fills it. And then we'll check for a leak here. Okay, I can hear it right there. There it is right there. That hole right there on the inside of the corner. That'll be a little bit of a pain to sand out, but we'll do that. Might not get a very good seal here. Because of that ridge. Okay, let's see how that's doing. It's pretty dry. Shouldn't need a big giant patch, but I like to use a bigger patch than I probably need, just to be safe. Okay. Use this surface right here. Okay. You can try filling it one more time and checking for a leak. Didn't take much. Okay, I don't hear a leak. Looks like the patches adhered well all the way around. So I chose this New Innovations head just because it's super small, super light, and threads on, doesn't leak. And this is the other setup that I have, also by New Innovations. So you can use a threaded or non-threaded on this head. If you use the threaded, you don't have to use this part. If you use the non-threaded 16 gram, you have to drop it in there and then screw this on. And I've just found that they just don't consistently make a good seal. This one has a Presta Schrader adapter for if you have Presta valves on like your mountain bike. And then this one screws on. So you do lose some air when you are unscrewing it, because it's still pushing on the valve stem core. But then once it's connected, you just push the button and fill it up like that. So it's kind of nice. It also doubles as a pump. So should my... It's not a big volume pump by any means, but it could save the day. Should my other piece fail or we use up all the cartridges, I usually carry 3 cartridges. I guess I got 4. I've got 3 there and 1 here. So, and I store 1 inside here usually. Okay, so we aired it up. The patch looks like it's holding one nicely. We'll go ahead and get the tube back in here. We've run the tire with my fingers, made sure there's nothing else sharp poking through. And this is the coolest tool of all from Rocky Mountain. Do this first. Let's hit the tire on the other side there, I think. There we go. Push this through. Grab it here. Bring it up through, thread it in the hole. And then take the tube, make sure this is lined up as good as we can get it there. Make sure we get this on top of the tire bead lock. Okay, spin this back around. Now the fun part. Easy as that. That tool is worth its weight. The valve core back in. Bead lock's in place. The tube is on top of the bead lock. That's good. Oops. It's trying to come out there. Okay. I'll try to be careful not to pinch the tube now on reinstallation here. Be super careful here. Okay, got about 8 pounds out of it. And that's the thing I like about this one is when you push it on, you're not unscrewing it to take it off and losing air pressure. So the little tiny bit of air that might be left in here, we're not losing it. Tiny bit left, wasn't there? Okay, but there's no loss of air pressure. That's nice. Or CO2 pressure. That's about 9.5 pounds, almost 10 pounds. So we used one 16-gram canister to fill the flat tire, find the leak, fill it again, not to very high pressure, just a bump just to get it filled up to check for a leak after we patched it, and then a third time, same 16-gram canister to fill it up to almost 10 pounds. So, okay, almost done.